Have you ever waited for that moment? The moment you feel ready, motivated, like this time, it's going to be different. Maybe you told yourself, tomorrow I'll start. And when tomorrow came, for a few hours, maybe even a few days, you felt it, that push, that energy, that version of you who finally follows through. But then it faded, not because something went wrong, not because you failed, it just disappeared. And suddenly, everything you planned, everything you promised yourself, stopped. So, you waited again for motivation to come back. But what if that's the problem? What if the thing you've been waiting for was never meant to stay? And what if the people who actually change aren't the ones who feel motivated, but the ones who stopped needing it in the first place? In a small apartment above a busy street, there was a 8-year-old woman named Elena. Elena worked as a customer support agent, answering the same questions every day, typing the same responses, listening to the same complaints. She was good at her job, but she knew she wasn't growing. Every few weeks, she would feel it, that sudden wave of motivation. She would sign up for a new course, buy a notebook, plan out her mornings, and for a few days, she became someone else. Waking up early, studying, taking notes. It felt real, like this time she had finally figured it out. But then the feeling faded. The mornings got heavier, the lessons harder, the progress slower than she expected. And without even deciding, she stopped. Not all at once, just a little, until everything she started was left unfinished again. Weeks passed like that, starting, stopping, starting again, until one afternoon during her break, Elena sat alone in the office kitchen scrolling through her phone without really paying attention. Then she saw a post from someone she used to work with. Same position, same hours, same starting point. But now they were sharing a photo of their new role, a new team, a different life. Elena stared at it longer than she expected, not because she was jealous, but because something felt off. She put her phone down slowly. How long has it been? She thought about all the times she had said this is the moment, all the plans, all the fresh starts, and then she realized something. It was not that she never tried. It was that she never stayed. That hit differently, not like failure, more like clarity. And for the first time, she was not asking how to start again. She was asking why she kept stopping. That evening on her way home, Elena stopped at a small bookstore she had passed many times but never entered. Inside, it was quiet, almost empty. She walked slowly between the shelves, not really looking for anything, until an older woman behind the counter spoke. "You look like someone thinking too much about starting over." Elena paused, slightly surprised. "Maybe I am," she said softly. The woman smiled. "Most people are." Then, she added, "You do not need a new start. You need something you can keep doing, even when you do not feel like it." Elena frowned a little. "Like what?" The woman leaned forward. "Something so small, you cannot fail, and something you refuse to stop, not even for a day." The woman picked up a thin bookmark from the counter and held it up. "This feels like nothing," she said. She bent it once. Still nothing. Then again. Elena watched closely. "It looks the same," she said. The woman nodded. "That is the problem. People expect change to show up early, but it does not. It builds quietly." She tapped the folded piece lightly. "Every small action adds to the last one, even when you cannot see it." Elena crossed her arms. So doing a little every day actually works. The woman smiled. It works because you do not stop, not because it is big. Then she looked at Elena carefully. You are not failing because you lack motivation. You are failing because you keep resetting. Instead of letting something small grow long enough to change you. Elena did not make a big decision that night. She did not promise herself a new routine. She did not plan a perfect schedule. She chose one thing. Every evening, after work, she sat at her desk and opened a single lesson from the same course she had abandoned before. 15 minutes. That was all. Some days she followed every step. Some days she barely understood. Some days she just watched and closed it. But she did not skip, not even once. The first week, nothing changed. The first month still, nothing. No results. No visible progress. Just quiet repetition. But this time, it felt different. She was not chasing motivation. She was continuing without it. Somewhere around the third month, something shifted. Not in a way anyone else could see, but Elena felt it. The lessons that once felt confusing started to connect. The things she used to struggle with became a little easier. She no longer needed to push herself to sit down. She just did. By the 5th month, she completed a small project, something simple, but it worked. She showed it to a coworker during lunch. You made this. Elena nodded. It was not impressive, but it was real. And for the first time, progress was not something she hoped for. It was something she could see. By the 7th month, things no longer felt small. Elena was still answering the same emails, sitting at the same desk, but her time was different now. It was building something. She started taking small freelance tasks, nothing complicated, just enough to use what she had learned. The first payment was small, but it meant everything. It was proof that her effort was real. By the 9th month, she had a few regular clients, nothing impressive, just consistent, the same way she had been. And something else changed. The discipline she built in those 15 minutes began to shape everything. She managed her time better. She stopped waiting for the right mood. She trusted herself more, not because she felt motivated, but because she no longer depended on it. She did not need to start again. She had already continued long enough to become someone new. Elena's story is not really about learning a new skill. It is about something most people overlook. You do not need more motivation. You do not need a perfect plan. You do not need to become a different person overnight. You just need something you can continue, even on the days you do not feel ready, even when it feels too small to matter, even when no one notices, because that is where real change, quiet, invisible, but always building. So maybe do not ask yourself how to start. Again, ask yourself what you are willing to continue tomorrow. Just one thing, just a little, and if this idea stays with you, if it feels like something you needed to hear, stay here, because sometimes one small shift is all it takes.